Hōryū-ji is often introduced as the world's oldest surviving wooden architecture, but that description is still incomplete. While much of medieval Europe was still learning to build its sacred space in stone, East Asia has already preserved an entire civilization in wood. Because what stands here is not just an old temple, but an entire architectural tradition that has survived more than 14 centuries of time, earthquakes, and fire. Hōryū-ji was first established in the year 607 during the Asuka period of Japan, under the patronage of Prince Shotoku. In 1993, it became Japan's first UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, together with nearby Hōryū-ji, under the name Buddhist Monuments in the Hōryū-ji area. But its true value goes far beyond the date on a list. At the heart of the complex lies the Sign-in Garden, the Western Precinct. Here stand the Golden Hall and the 5-story pagoda, the oldest surviving wooden buildings of their kind in the world. At the first glance, the layout feels unusual. There is no strict central axis, no perfect symmetry like we see in later Japanese or Chinese temples. Instead, the buildings are slightly offset, forming a composition that feels early, experimental, as if the rules were still being written. This layout reflects an architectural lineage that traces back not to later Imperial Japan, but to the southern dynasties of China. That tradition reached Japan through the Korean peninsula, carried by craftsmen from Baekje and Goguryeo, all their descendants, who crossed the sea with techniques, proportions, and ideas. In China, this architectural style has completely disappeared. Here it survives. The 5-story pagoda rises to a height of nearly 32 meters, rather than being built as a rigid tower. It is designed as a flexible structure. Each level becomes smaller as it rises, stacked almost like layers of overlapping caps. The wooden components are not locked tightly together. They are enjoined in a way that allows movement. During an earthquake, the building does not resist the shaking. It absorbs it. This is not primitive construction. It is the ancient understanding of structure, achieved without steel, concrete, or modern calculation. At the center of the pagoda stands a heart pillar, anchoring the entire structure deep in the ground, with sacred relics sealed beneath it. Beside the pagoda stands the Golden Hall. Its exterior remains one of the most important surviving examples of Asuka period architecture. Unlike the pagoda, its internal structure avoids heavy penetrating beams, so as not to disturb the sacred space of worship inside. Here, architectural strength yields to spiritual purpose. Together, the pagoda, the Golden Hall, and the Middle Gate form one of the most complete surviving ensembles of early East Asian Buddhist architecture. All speak of a time before monumentality replaced meaning. Beyond the western precinct lies the eastern precinct, smaller but more intimate, and its center stands the Umedono. This octagonal building was constructed in the 8th century on the former residence site of Prince Shotoku. Inside, it shrines a statue believed to represent the prince himself, said to be made at his own height. The roof rises steeply, creating a heavy, almost pressing presence. Although the core structure dates back to the Nana period, later repairs introduced elements from subsequent eras. A higher roof pinch for rain drainage, reinforced internal beams, and decorative ceilings that hint at the Kamakura period aesthetics. The building we see today is a composition across centuries. Hōryū-ji is not frozen in time. It has suffered loss. On January 26, 1949, a fire broke out in the Golden Hall. Although the flames were brought under control, the damage was devastating. Ancient wall paintings, some over 1,000 years old, were severely burned and reduced to ash. The incident shocked Japan. Standing amid the damaged murals was the temple's chief priest, witnessing the irreversible loss of a cultural legacy. That tragedy became a turning point. In response, Japan enacted the Cultural Properties Protection Law in 1950, fundamentally reshaping how heritage is preserved. Today, January 26, is observed as Japan's Cultural Property Fire Prevention Day. In this sense, Hōryū-ji did not only preserve the past, it changed the future. Standing here today, one cannot help but feel a quiet complexity. Architectural forms that vanished entirely in China still stand here in wood and silence, not because they were inevitable, but because they were protected, maintained, and consciously valued. Civilizations do not survive by chance, they survive by choice, and perhaps that is the true miracle of Hōryū-ji.